it would be very sad to me if we said there's gender theory here and feminism over there. No, gender comes out of feminism. There's no contemporary way of thinking about gender critically without feminism. I myself am a feminist. There's no question about that. Of course, gender, we could say as a term, like precedes feminism, both in its grammatical history, but also in sexology and John Money's clinic and the rest. But for the most part, anthropology, economics has used gender for a very long time. And that's within the feminist framework. So I must refuse that standoff, right? Because it deprives me of my feminist history and commitments, but it also, it's a tactic. The distinction is itself a tactic in a battle, right? So if you accept the distinction, you're pushing gender out of feminism, and you've already agreed that they're separate, but the debate is about whether they're separate. No, I don't think gender has to be the only paradigm within feminism, right? There are people who work on sexual difference. There are people who work on intersectionality, who use gender differently. There's, it's not like the only framework, but I think we have to be careful here. In Argentina and throughout Latin America, as I'm sure you know, the Ni Una Menos movement and many of the movements that came to Europe and to other parts of the world as massive feminist mobilizations constitute the largest feminist mobilizations of our time. And I've been shocked to see how feminism has become just such an important galvanizing force on the left throughout Latin America. And it's a form of feminism that is trans inclusionary. Like the state has deprived trans people of their rights, or has deprived women of their rights, or women in a large sense, inclusive obviously of trans women. The rates of femicide, or the killing of women, the rates of the killing of trans people are both very high and very much linked in a patriarchal order that believes that violence against women, trans people, gay and lesbian people is somehow okay, because it's either supporting a sexual order that is heteronormative and patriarchal in character, or because these are crimes of passion, and passion is okay as an alibi. If the state itself is criminalizing or fails to enforce its laws, people do feel that they're free to act on their hatreds in some ways that are completely unacceptable. So the alliance there has to be an alliance between gay and lesbian, bisexual people, asexual people,